नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself, JVN Dr. Astha Sikarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Organ of Medicine, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Today's topic is Life History of Dr. C. Herring. Dr. Herring is aptly called the father of homeopathy in America. His conversion to homeopathy is very interesting. At the age of 17, Dr. Herring became interested in medicine and joined the University of Leipzig, where he was the favorite pupil of the eminent surgeon Dr. Heinrich Robbie. In 1821, when the campaign against Hahnemann was at its worst, C. Baumgarten, the founder of a publishing house in Leipzig, wanted a book written against homeopathy, a book which would quite finish the system. Robbie was asked to write it, but he declined for want of time and recommended his young assistant Herring. Herring set about the work and nearly finished it in the winter of 1822. But going through Hahnemann's work for the sake of making quotations, he came across the famous Nota Bene for my reviewers in the preface to the third volume of Materia Medica Pura. Herring decided to accept the challenge. The first step was to repeat the Cinchona experiment. The result was what Hahnemann had predicted. Herring began to see the truth in homeopathy. Further study of the homeopathic materia medica convinced him about the Hahnemann's conclusions. The book against homeopathy thus never saw the light of day. In the winter of 1824, Herring's right forefinger was cut while making a dissection on a dead body. The wound rapidly became gangrenous. In those days, such wounds were mostly fatal. The routine orthodox medicine had no effect. Luckily for Herring and for homeopathy, a disciple of Hahnemann named Umar persuaded him to take homeopathic treatment and gave him arsenic album. After a few doses, he felt better and the gangrene healed completely. Herring was surprised and his interest in homeopathy knew no bounds. He contacted Hahnemann for further instruction. Herring received the degree of MD from the University of Augsburg with highest honors. Herring wrote many articles, monographs, and books. He was the chief editor of the North American Homeopathic Journal, the Homeopathic News, the American Journal of Homeopathic Materia Medica, and the Journal of the Allentown Academy. He wrote The Domestic Physician and the Guiding Symptoms, a monumental work of 10 volumes. Dr. Herring proved 72 drugs, out of which the following are the most important: Cantharis, Colchicum, Iodum, Miserium, Sabadilla, Sabina, Sorinum, Nux moscata, Lachesis, Crotalus, Apis, Hydrophobinum, Phytolacca, Platina, Glonine, Gelsemium, Calmia, Ferromet, Floric acid, and phosphoric acid. He enunciated the law of direction of cure, known properly as Herring's law. This describes how the cure takes place from center to periphery, from head to extremities, and in the reverse order of the development of the symptoms. Thus, Herring took up the work left by his master Hahnemann and held the flag of homeopathy till the last breath of his life. Books. First, Guiding Symptoms. This book is as valuable today as when it was conceived. For Herring, a symptom does not acquire the status of a guiding symptom unless apart from its appearance in the provings. It has been verified at the bedside in producing this work, trying to collect verifications and confirmations from all reliable resources. Second, condensed materia medica. Here are close to 209 remedies, somewhat of a preview of what Herring created with his guiding symptoms. The symptoms of each remedy are divided into 48 sections with cross references and characteristic symptoms. These two both books are very famous and very good to study. This session powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.